Hi all, in this video we are going to see how to create an MVC application, and later on I would add entity framework into this application and would retrieve some of the data from the database. Okay, so let's start quickly. I'm using ASP.NET MVC4 and name the application like Internet Application. View engine we can use ASPX or Razor. I'm using Razor. It would generate few of the folders in the Solution Explorer, and you can see the controller, model folder, and also view folder containing many of the things. Here view shared, in shared we have layout CS HTML, which is the master layout of the application. Anyways, we would deal these things later on. First, by default home controller is the startup controller, and you can see it in route config.cs. Home is being called here, and the index home controller's index action is the first which would get the request from the application. Okay, but we want to create our own controller, so click on controller, then add, and I'm going to name it like intro controller, and I'm using empty MVC controller. Later on we would add entity framework and use it, but right now just added intro controller, and I want to execute my intro controller and index action which is defined here. So if I run this application, we would get an error, but at least it would show you that intro controller has been called. See, here it's searching few of the pages, expected pages in intro or in shared. Okay, so the controller is there, but action is there, but the corresponding view is not there. So we have to add a corresponding view for this controller, and we can add very easily just right clicking inside that method, index method, click and add view, and the name of the view would come up exactly same as that of the name of the method. Okay, we are going to use Razor. Okay, this is it, and let's quickly check whether it's working now or not. Here it is, you can see the intro index, that page has been called. Okay, fine. Now we can see how the controller and the view is interlinked. Like this controller is being called, and this index is the action what is called by default, and then it is returning the view, and we had just created the view, and that's why it called it. If we have another action like this, index 2, something like that, so we must have index 2 view to execute that, or some other action, valid action results. Okay, now we want to show you how to access data using entity framework. So model, I'm going to use entity data model, which is easy. Okay, so we have to we can do it in either way, like we can write our database schema here in the code and it would generate the database, or if we have some database already available, like I have one, I have maybe sample, yes, this is introdb. I just added this MDF file, and we have table, user table. Okay, so now we can add corresponding view model intro model generate from database, and then this mdf file, and it's actually making the entry into the web config, and this is the name of the connection string. Use user table I want to use. Okay, leave it everything as it is. So here you would find EDMX diagram, and this would contain model, store, and everything. Okay, let's go to the Solution Explorer again. Many references are being added, but we don't need to care about that. Here it is. You can see intro TT. In this TT you can see the table and the corresponding class, and for database connection the context dv context class object class is created. Intro dv entity is the name, so I'm going to copy it because we want to use this connection. So go to the controller, and then I'm going to create a intro intro. We have intro context. Okay, I had copied it, so paste new intro entity, resolve the resolved. Now I can simply pass that model, which is actually db, then the table name was users, and then we need to serialized it to list, and now we have to modify or write code so in view, so that we can display the values. So we have to add some code to make it use the model. mvcintro, the project name, then we have the model, and then we have users. Okay, now we want to display it in say table, so yeah, we want to loop through each of the rows. So for each we can use for each in model, and this is the construct for each construct. And now I want to display the elements. So HTML helper class would allow us to write some code like display for, And here you can write anything like item, email. email email is a field in that user table, so we can use this email dot I. Okay, I mistyped this where, that's why it didn't give us the intelligence. Now we have intelligence and email, and this is the way we can write our code. Let's start our application. Here it is, we can see two email ID appearing here in my intro index. So this was what we wanted to do. So a quick recap is like we have to add a controller, corresponding view, the model. If you are using uh, entity framework, you would get DB context class and the corresponding table model classes auto generated, and then in mod view we can access the model which is binded over here, and similarly the controller we can pass the view, sorry, the model to the view like this. Okay, you can take few of the parameters like you can see here: view, model, view name. These are the parameters. So this is for today, and we would cover more concepts in next video. Thanks for watching.